Hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all out there. Please come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind. Take away only what resonates for you and release the rest, please. Trust your own intuition above all else because you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is an energy check-in, optional advice and guidance, etc. Let's set the intention to get Sagittarius placements, some clear, helpful, insightful messages wherever they are at on their spiritual path, all right? Guys, we're going to do who or what is coming into Sagittarius in the coming weeks or month or so. Who or what is coming into Sagittarius? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Who's coming in? What are they presenting as? Who's coming into Sagittarius? The Sun, all right, possibly a Leo. They're just glowing. They're just so happy and joyful and excited. Some of you may actually be hanging out with your kids a lot. If you have children, it seems like there's just a focus right now on really appreciating who they are and how unique and different and kind of free they are. Yeah, there's just something very pleasing about that. Those, of course, won't resonate for everybody, but but I will argue, even if you don't have kids yourself, spending time with children right now might be very cathartic and enjoyable and kind of gets you back into what you used to do when you were a kid, you know, playing ball or video games or jump rope or whatever it is. All right, let's see. So, the person coming in, what are their plans? What is their mode of action here for Sagittarius in regards to Sagittarius? What are their plans? What is the action they're taking, if any? King of Wands, okay. Ooh, all right. It could be surprising action. You do have double Leo energy here too. I think this is someone making a very big statement, but because the King of Wands is looking at the Sun, they're making a big statement of joy or enthusiasm, or maybe it's like they're planning some sort of fun surprise for you. It's like, you know, this almost feels like taking like a weekend trip and whatever, you know, going to the amusement park or going to a concert or doing something maybe out of the ordinary. And I do think there's an element of wanting to surprise you. For some of you, it could even be a proposal. I'm going to say that too. Let's pull a few more. You might be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You certainly don't have to though. Let's see, some of you could get news of pregnancy as well, too. If that's the case, I'm not necessarily certain it was something you were planning for. It may have been a surprise. So let's see. What is this person communicating to Sagittarius? What is this person communicating to Sagittarius? You may also hear from someone out of the clear blue, and if you do, it brings you a lot of joy, Sagittarius. All right. Yeah, this is really good. This is really cute. Someone wants to move forward with you. Someone wants to expand. Someone wants to grow. This is a Jupiter card, right? Wheel of Fortune. That's your energy, Sagittarius. So it's like they're thinking about you, right? If this person isn't in your life yet, they're about to be. This has a lot to do with fortune, divine fate, divine timing. It could also have to do with making small travel plans to see you. Yeah, it's like I'm wanting to use the word agenda or calendar. It's like they're putting a date on their calendar for you. And again, specifically too, if they're trying to plan something, I don't know why I'm getting this, but there's some sort of plan that requires some sort of like diligence and strategy. And like, I think they're going to great lengths to surprise you in a really beautiful way, but it's requiring a lot of like scheduling on their end. And so they have to be on the ball for that to work. Interesting. But yeah, it's a lovely energy, Wheel of Fortune. What is the emotional truth here? What is this person, what's happening in the feeling sector for this person in regards to their Sagittarius? Yeah, they want to give a lot to this relationship. This is a Taurus card. I believe it's Moon in Taurus. So again, it's like, especially in the feeling sector, I love that, right? The Moon has a lot to do with our nurturing side and what we want to tend to, what we want to grow. It's like the mothering energy. And I don't mean that in like an icky way. I'm not saying this person wants to be your parent, right? And that sort of thing. But no, it's like sort of that, again, like this energy of like a child. It's like you would bend over backwards to nurture them and give them the best possible upbringing or outcome. And I think that's almost how this person views the relationship. Not in an unhealthy way. In fact, their cards are excellent. I don't see any red flags here at all. I think this Tower is either hearing from somebody unexpectedly, someone coming to you with very real feelings, very real passion. But the thing is, even with the Tower, they're coming to you with balance. So for a lot of you, they're throwing you like a surprise party, or they're I don't know, they're proposing to you, or like, again, there's something about strategy and planning here to make this a really pleasant experience for you. And showing up in the feeling sector, it's like moon in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. It loves to be in Taurus. So like, it's cozy, it's comfy, it's sensual, it's full of pleasure. But yeah, it's like there's a good instinct to tend to the people you love when the moon is in Taurus. I love that. I love it. Sagittarius, I love your person. All right, let's see. So in regards to the person coming through, how does Sagittarius's energy match or not match? How is Sagittarius presenting in the spread? What are they showing up as? The Emperor. All right, cool. With this Emperor, there's always like a very fixed stare. There's something about like you're very... There's a word I'm searching for. Give me 1 second. I don't know. It's like you're in the energy, you're watching, but you're not necessarily making any moves. It's like you're trying to get a pulse on it. I don't necessarily know if it's a critical eye. I don't necessarily get that, but I don't know. Sometimes I view the Emperor as someone who wants to be entertained. It's like, okay, bring on the show. Like, that's sort of how I get this. It's like, I think you're willing to see what this person is up to. And so maybe you're kind of naturally in that role, because if you know that this person is... Maybe you know that they're planning something, but you're not allowed to know what it is. It's kind of like you have no choice but to go along with it. And like, but I think part of you is very giddy, but you're trying to play it cool. I think that's what this Emperor is, which I don't typically get with the Emperor, but I think you're trying not to show face or show your hand of cards, or you're trying to remain cool. But you have to remember the Emperor is Aries energy, so huge fire, huge passion. Let's see. All right, so what is this person's plan of action with, what is Sagittarius's plan of action with this person? What is Sagittarius's plan of action, or any plans? Maybe they're not taking action. What do they plan to do in regards to this person, the situation, the event unfolding here? You love them. It's like, I like you. I want to hang out with you. They're like, good, me too. Want to be best friends? Want to make friendship bracelets? So cute. All right, let's see. What is Sagittarius thinking or communicating? What is Sagittarius thinking or communicating in regards to this person or situation? What are they thinking or communicating? It's kind of a feisty, fiery energy. There's something very playful about this dynamic, especially if it's two fire signs. I could totally see that. I think this is friendly competition. If the cards surrounding it are pleasant, I don't mind reading this as sassy, passionate energy, right? You know, it can be strong, like sexual chemistry. It can also be like feisty in terms of like, I'm hearing the word competing, especially with Aries energy. Aries can be kind of like the athlete, and maybe something about what you guys do together. Like maybe you just love physical activity, right? Maybe you're going rock climbing, or you're doing this, and there's something like there's little jabs, there's little sass. It's like the way your romance language or your love language, it might be to kind of, I don't want to say play rough, but and for some of you that might make sense, especially with the Tower. That can be very like, sexual orgasmic energy, right? But others of you, it's not that. It's more innocent. It's more playful. It's like, I am hearing the word razz though. It's like someone's love language, and it might be your Sagittarius. It's like you like to take little jabs at this person, but it's how you flirt with them. Interesting. I'm too sensitive. That's so not my love language. I'm like, don't be mean to me. But hey, if that's your story and that's your love language, cool. Get it, Sagittarius. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, this is Saturn in Leo, though. So there is a responsibility here, maybe to... I wanted to say to treat this person right, because I think they're doing that for you, too. So I think there's a need to look at... hearing like balance, reciprocate, mirror their energy, I guess, if that feels right to you. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit stuck on that because I haven't decided what it is yet. So I'm going to pull cards for your emotions. What is the emotional truth? What is the emotional truth? I mean, your plan is to Two of Cups it. So, I mean, that's like, yeah, let's go on a date. Let's hang out. Let's make plans. Let's do it. Let's talk about love. Let's be in love. That's Two of Cups. So what is the emotional truth here for Sagittarius? What is going on in the emotions? Whether they're expressing them or not, what's going on here? What's going on with the emotions? They're not talking. Are you seeing this? These cards are not talking. Sagittarius's emotional truth. 2 cards. All right, so I like this because it's wanting to move forward with practicality, either making offers to this person or accepting offers. Knights always bring change and movement and progress, essentially, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the most reliable knight. However, it's the slowest moving because it's earth. And there is kind of an earthy energy to this too, as much as there is like the Fire King and like kind of maybe some Leo energy here too. With Moon and Taurus, it's like Taurus is arguably, I think, the slowest sign because it's fixed earth, right? You have some mutable energy here with like the Virgo Knight of Pentacles, right? So, you know, it's slow and steady wins the race. And then you have Moon and Sagittarius. So interestingly enough, this card can be about needing to break someone's walls down, break down their defenses, someone who's maybe a little bit guarded with their emotions and not necessarily used to expressing them or being in a place of vulnerability. And the thing is, maybe you're working on being more vulnerable and more sensitive. Okay, that's what this is. Thank you, Spirit. I was going to say, I feel like I'm dancing around it, but that whole storyline is sort of like this. And this is not my bias speaking. I'm feeling it confirmed in this card. How I said it's like there's kind of like a playful, like taking jabs at each other or sassing each other. A little bit of that, absolutely. But there's something about your person where, I don't know, with Moon and Taurus, it's like they don't always appreciate that. And to be honest, I think that's what this is like breaking down your defenses and maybe seeing things from their perspective, because maybe you are dating someone who's a little bit more sensitive. That could be the case for some of you. I like that in the emotional sector and the feeling sector, you both have Moon coming up, which again, it's like that desire to nurture the relationship. I think you both have that. You have earthy Moon energy showing up in both. The only thing with your emotional truth is something about being guarded or putting up the walls or wounded warrior, maybe not necessarily feeling like it is safe to let down your guard or trusting. And you may have trust issues from people who you opened up to very quickly in the past and then they burned you. You may sort of have this. That's what this Emperor is too. It's sort of like I'm watching, I'm getting a pulse on this, like I'm seeing what's up. I think you have every good intention of wanting this to be like a happy scenario, but there is something that you are fighting internally a little bit here, Sagittarius. So can I get one more on this card, please? You might just be busy too with like other responsibilities that yeah, like with Saturn card, responsibilities is a key word that comes here. There could also be something about a storyline about responsibility to children. And then there's you. Yeah, okay. I think your plan is to remain in balance. Like the energy here is so matching. I actually really like it. Like stories that are coming out in your spread, it's also being mirrored back here. So like, yeah, this is like karmic. There's absolutely a soulmate connection here, whether this is, you know, your person for life or person for the next few years or whatever. Like I get why you guys are meeting. This feels beautiful. This feels really nice. I think your plan is to try and remain in balance. And with this Virgo energy, you might not think this initially, but there is an inner desire to take this slow, to take it a step at a time. And with this, it's like your plans are, I think there's something so precious about this that you really like. Bear with me, but I'm almost wanting to say it's like, I don't want to screw it up. There is that type of energy here too of like, I don't want to fall back into old patterns where like I just up and run because I can't deal with the emotions that I'm feeling or whatever. It's like, I actually want to like lay a foundation here and move forward with this person. You might be thinking about another Sagittarius. You may have feelings for a Virgo, particularly if you have strong Aries in your chart. All right. Love oracles for Sagittarius. Love oracles for Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, what wants to come out that would be helpful? Let's see. Healing heart, healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, or abusive relationships. I don't think that's what this is at all. I think that's what the Wounded Warrior card is. I think that has to do with healing things from your past and not allowing them to take up space unnecessarily in this new relationship. Yeah, like starting off with a clean slate. That's what the Temperance card can be too. It can be healing. And you may be communicating that to your person. Like maybe this does indicate healing from something that was abusive, right? There can be kind of like a punchy energy to this. I don't think that's what this person is presenting to you. I think this is actually liberating you from what could have been a heavy period in your life, but this is new, this is fresh, this has Wheel of Fortune and Sun vibes. Like that's healing, it's beautiful, it's fun, it's expansion, it's joy. So yeah, you have every reason to allow yourself to enjoy this Sagittarius. Whoa, you got a whole bunch falling out there. Whole bunch. Not today. Boundaries hurt. Avoiding conversation. Not dealing. Still upset. Oof. Addiction. Codependent. Obsession. Restraint. Possession. Control. Emotional block. What? Like, where is this coming from? I think you know. So, like, I'm going to be honest. That has something to do with your storyline. Again, these cards can be tricky, but they're also balanced with like really lovely energy. So this is not about judging or shaming. I'm just like, this isn't really adding up for me with your person's story. So you're going to know if that's your story or not. If it is, then it's coming out as a confirmation of maybe some areas of healing, right? That you might still be working on. And that's okay. Healing isn't a linear process. Sometimes there's, peaks and valleys, strikes and gutters, right? We have to go through the motions. But with that, look, you're also getting these cards. Paradise, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase, and then Cupid's arrows, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, and struck by love. That's what this tower is, 1,000%. That, like, I can just tell. Like, the King of Wands looking at the sun, it's like it's flanked with the sun and the Wheel of Fortune. Whoever or whatever this King of Wands is, and, don't get caught up on the sign. It doesn't have to be fire. Whatever it is, they're coming at you with nothing but love and positivity and wanting to nurture this relationship, and just shower you with love and kindness and compliments and fun little surprise dates. Like, yes, please. That looks delightful, Sagittarius. All right. Not to skirt over the other heavy stuff, because, I mean, you do. You have some heavy oracle cards coming up, but I don't think that's for everyone. I think that has to do with, like, the emotional truth of maybe what in the past has caused you to flinch or put your guard up, put your walls up, or to run. This could also be issues with parents. If you grew up in an unhealthy or toxic household, it could have that left sort of like emotional wounding and trauma with you. And so maybe you've moved forward with that in your life, and it does impact your relationships on a certain level, right? I'm just putting that out there. All right, here we go. Oracle card for Sagittarius. We're going to wrap it up with this. What wants to come out for Sagittarius? Inspiration and courage. Ooh, this card is cool looking. Let's read about it. Inspiration and courage. 61. Okay. Life is full of challenges. Some of them we take on willingly. Some of them come out of nowhere when we least expect them. Good or bad, happy, sad, all those things that challenge us also give us the opportunity to grow stronger, to push our boundaries and move out of our comfort zones, to reach deep inside and reach out towards others. Whether you are seeking inspiration for work or play or dealing with illness or grief, don't underestimate the power of your own thoughts. The action advice. We all have patterns of thinking that are part of who we are as human beings. Some of them work for us, some don't. During a challenging time or when you are seeking to push yourself to be more creative or make big changes, it is easy for those old patterns of thoughts to get in the way of forward movement. Take a few minutes to consider your own path. Do you default to positive or negative? Is your glass half empty or half full? Do you automatically think, I can do it, or I never succeed? Are you willing to try new things, or do you cling to the old even when you know it isn't working? Do you let other people help you if you need help, or do you believe you must always tough things out on your own? If everything is working perfectly, that's great. But if not, perhaps it's time to consider changing those patterns. It's hard work, but it can be done if you stay self-aware and keep plugging away at it. All right. Zodiac signs that want to be heard or seen in this reading. Zodiac signs. Sagittarius. Ooh, I knocked them out. So you have Gemini. You have Gemini again. Capricorn and Aries, and it knocked the T. So is the letter T significant to anyone out there, or double T's for that matter? I don't know. That could be initials. We're going to roll Gemini again because you got two of them. So you have Gemini. Any other sign that wants to come out? Sagittarius. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today. Show me some love. Hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment or even an emoji, that helps this reading find a greater audience on YouTube, and it helps my channel grow. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I post tarot readings. And if you want more content, I am on Instagram and Facebook as The Intuitive Teacup. I do a select amount of personal readings a month, so if you want to reach out to me via email and book a personal session, that tarot reading would be catered more specifically to your energy, your inquiries, and your storyline. Other than that, thanks for joining me today. I'm the Intuitive Teacup, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Sagittarius.